Showcase on 93.9 KPDQ. Dr. David Day is here from Day Chiropractic. Once again, Dr. Day's special Christmas special.
Yep.
Day Chiropractic's Christmas special for a $25 donation to the Portland Open Bible Community Pantry. You will get a full exam, including the necessary digital x-rays, posture and nerve scan to locate the source of the problem. And you can make your appointment right now, 503-760-7572. I just want to go because I know he has a brand new x-ray machine. And it's like it's state of the art. I mean, it's like something you would see at, you know, a major hospital.
Yeah.
For Day Chiropractic, once again, 503-760-7572 to make your appointment. Or you can head to daychiropractic.com. And gosh, there's so many things to talk about. Did you want to mention your sing-along?
Yeah, let's.
Okay.
So one of the things that I do is once a month we lead a community sing-along and play-along. And December, guess what? It's a month of Christmas. So on the 7th of December, we are going to do a traditional Christmas carol sing-along and play-along. So that's the 7th at 7 o'clock at night. It's at Clackamas Bible Church. They're letting us use their main sanctuary. So if you want to come and sing, now we're not going to sing any songs about Mama getting run over by a reindeer or anything else. Santa is not coming to town, right? This is a Silent Night, Joy to the World.
Traditional.
Thou didst leave thy throne. You know, that's these sorts of hymns and carols. So it's just a wonderful time. Actually, as a prelude, one of the people who's involved in this what we call the Blue Dixie Gospel Jam, she is a music teacher. So her children that she teaches are going to do a recital. So from 6:25 to about 6:50, if you come early, and I'd encourage you to do so, come and enjoy watching these poor little kids sweating bullets and playing their little hearts out, and it's really fun. And we love doing that. It gives an opportunity for these kids to have people listen to them who they don't know, and they get all scared, and it's just great. But then we start from 7 till 8, we'll just sing these wonderful Christmas carols. And so I have music. So for instance, if you play a trumpet or a B-flat instrument, I have music for you. If you want to play an alto sax or something like that, I'll have music for E-flat instruments as well. And then, of course, a flute or violin, whatever instruments. If it's been gathering dust and you haven't known what to do with it, come and play along with us. We'd love to have you. If you just want to come and sing, come and sing. We'll have a quartet. We'll have 4 people singing a 4-part harmony. So we're going to encourage all that to happen. And there's no charge for that. The church is very gracious in letting us use their facility. And so that's going to happen. Now, another thing that's going to happen in the month of January, in fact, Mason, I got to know Mason years and years ago, partly because he was heading up an Oregon Bluegrass Association gospel concert that would happen as a fundraiser for the Oregon Bluegrass Association. Well, he's retired and kind of kicked the ball over to me, so unfortunately I didn't have the sense to not grab the ball. So now I'm in charge of it, but Mason comes and supports what we're doing there. We have an incredible lineup this year. We've got a Corral Creek Bluegrass Band, which is local to the Portland area. We also have a duo that you will never have heard. They came together to form this for us. It's called the Side Dish Duo. But what I'm most excited about is the Greg Blake Band. Greg Blake is a retired pastor. He now is the lead singer and guitar player for probably one of the most prominent bluegrass bands right now that's touring. In fact, they just are getting back from Australia. But he plays with Jeff Scroggins in Colorado. So we've asked Greg, since he's a retired pastor, he's putting together, and several people tour with Jeff Scroggins, which is really interesting. So we are going to have 2 musicians from Canada are flying down for this. He's from the East Coast, and then Ellie Hutchinson, who is a local fiddle player, who has just transformed. She's just an amazing fiddle player, wonderful harmonies and things like that. So that is going to be Saturday, January 26th. So that's the last Saturday of January of 2019. That will be at Clackamas Bible Church. There is a fee for that. It's a $12 ticket, but tickets are available online, and I'll be having this sort of stuff will be on my website also as we get a little closer to that. But for those of you who jam and things like that, that opens up at 5:30, but the concert will actually be at 7 o'clock on Saturday, January 26th. And the money that is raised so we have sponsors. Other businesses want to support that. That way we can fund the band. That allows all the money that we get from the ticket sales to then go to the Oregon Bluegrass Association and fund their outreach. We want to help kids become interested in music and start learning to play at an early age and things like that. So that's where that money is going to fund, and it's amazing that it's a gospel show. So many people in the Bluegrass Association, they don't understand why people would pay to go listen to gospel, in their mind. But this was actually started 36 years ago. I'm one of the founding members of the Oregon Bluegrass Association. And so this has been going on all these years uninterrupted. And it has raised thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to get the bluegrass music out. And we have a wonderful gospel concert to enjoy. So I think it's just incredible. So if you like bluegrass music, and especially if you like the gospel element of bluegrass, it'll be nothing but gospel that night.
Oh, that is awesome.
So that's exciting.
Yeah, that is exciting. So, and once again, too, I just want to kind of keep hammering the Day Chiropractic Christmas special.
Yes.
There's a lot of information we're giving you, so you could always go to daychiropractic.com and find out what we're talking about if you get a little bit confused, because when Dr. Day is here, I mean, we cover a lot. But for a $25 donation to the Portland Open Bible Community Pantry.
Try to say that in one word.
I know, you got to be careful. Dr. Day will give you a full exam with the necessary digital x-rays, posture, and nerve scan to locate the source of your problem. And that's for only a $25 donation to the Portland Open Bible Community Pantry. So this is a great way to give back to the community and help out those people who are hungry. Yeah. And all you need to do is make an appointment at 503-760-7572, 760-7572. And of course, Day Chiropractic is right near my dentist. You don't know where that is, but it's 3758 Southeast 122nd Avenue in Portland. Midway is what we call the area. Midway. Okay, so I need to ask you a question. I heard somebody say something about chiropractic making you smarter.
So how can that, okay, so it would make sense that we have back pain or neck pain, that chiropractic will help with that, right? Yeah. Well, how would that actually change our brain? Well, there are several ways. One is, if we're hurting all the time, do you realize that chronic pain actually can change and cause a decrease in your brain matter? It's really, there was a study that was in terms of cognitive function here. Scientists at Northwestern University in Chicago used specialized magnetic resonance imaging to compare the brains of 26 individuals with chronic back pain with the brains of 26 pain-free individuals. What do you think they found? They showed that patients who had chronic back pain had between 5 to 11% less neocortical gray matter volume than control subjects. So if you are suffering from chronic pain, it is going to make your brain matter diminish.
Now, is that because your brain is trying to fix the issue?
Interesting question, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we don't know exactly. I have a theory. Okay. Now it's not in the study here. All right. But what I have come to believe is, if you're hurting all the time, are you more active or less active? Less active.
Yeah, less active.
And I've done a lot of work with functional neurology. One of the things that we've realized is there's what's called a threshold of activation. So if I'm active and I'm standing and I'm flexible, my brain has to do stuff to process information to keep me upright, right? And the more flexible I am and the more I move, guess what? The more the brain has to do to keep me from falling over. So it raises the threshold of activation. Now imagine if we get some arthritis in our back and our back stiffens up, and it becomes like it's a stiff rod.
Right.
Does that take as much work for your brain to do? No. Yeah. So the brain kind of checks off, it atrophies, it's not needed. Just like if we stop exercising, our muscles start to wither. I'm wondering if one of the reasons is we hurt, so we stop moving so much, we stiffen up, and we kind of like to stiffen up because then we don't hurt as much. You know, and that's almost the wrong direction to go, right? We want more flexibility. We want to make our brain have to do more work because it will respond by having a higher threshold of activation. And I think what that does is that, and I tell people, well, if you're a creative person, you want your threshold of activation to be pretty high so there's not a very big gap, so that thoughts can happen spontaneously and it works. If we have a lower threshold of activation because we're not doing so much, there's a huge gap. And so I don't know if you've ever thought, you go into a room and you say, why did I walk into here? You know, that gap is too big. It doesn't jump, it doesn't fire. Now if your activation level is higher, it's right here. So boop, boop, I remember I went to get my keys, I went to my, that sort of thing. And so in some ways, and what I think happens is people say, I'm getting older, so I'm getting forgetful. No, as you're getting older, you're getting stiffer and the arthritis is starting to fall apart, your activation threshold is dropping. So the gap between, you can't jump high enough to bridge that gap. So one of the things I do to help people get smarter and more creative and more engaged in life is I start realigning their spine, getting them moving the way they're supposed to, and it raises that brain function, and then it will keep it from withering away. Now that's my theory.
No,
okay?
It makes total sense though, as far as what we talk about, you know, monthly. It makes total sense.
Yep.
Now, I mean, it could be the opposite too. There's some people that are just like firecrackers, and there's almost too much stimulation, and I'm sure there's something with, you know, that reflects the spine in that area too.
Well, it's interesting because the inhibitory pathways in our brain are what our brain needs to use to stop any unwanted activity. So, for instance, our brain fires everything, and then the brain turns off the pathways that don't move us towards the goal. It's like it's all on, and then brain squishes the stuff that's not needed. Okay? So if you don't have good inhibitory pathways, and so these are neurotransmitters, GABA, there's all sorts of neurotransmitters. And so if the brain's not working right, you can have all sorts of misfire problems. And so really bringing the body into better caliber. So it's almost like I'm going to tune your body. So whether it's sharp or flat, you're off either way. Right, so I need to bring a resonant harmonic frequency back into your body so you can breathe and you can move and like that, and it's really remarkable.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dr. Day is here on the Northwest Showcase on 93.9 KPDQ, and today we're just talking about a variety of different things, but once again, just to talk about the special at Day Chiropractic, a Christmas special, for a $25 donation to the Portland Open Bible Community Pantry. You'll get a full exam, including the necessary digital x-rays on a brand new x-ray machine. It's awesome. It's like a Cadillac. Posture and nerve scan to locate the source of the problem. You get all of that for a $25 donation to the Open Bible Community Pantry, Portland Open Bible Church. So that is a great cause, a great donation. DayChiropractic.com is where you go if you want more info, or you can make an appointment right now, 503-760-7572, 760-7572. That's I love when you talk about certain things, you know, ailments that we have, and how chiropractic can actually help.
Yes.
And that's just awesome. Yeah. So do you want to go back and talk with our guest?
Yeah, why don't we, because we've got, and it's really nice that Betty, Linda, and Mason are here with us.
Yes.
But Betty, why don't you kind of fill us in? We were going to talk about some other things here about the pantry and some other...
Well, I think that, first of all, Dr. Day, that was just amazing what you just said. Yes, that is so good. I'm a nurse by trade.
Wow.
And I'm also a daughter. And my dad is having some arthritis in his back.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm going to have to encourage him to
think about it.
do exactly what you just said.
So Betty, you could say to your dad, "Would you like to be smarter, Dad?"
I don't know how that'll go over.
Right.
From his daughter.
Yeah, that was good. You know, one of the things that I believe one of the things that keeps us all doing what we do at the pantry is the stories that we hear. They're just real people.
Yes.
And I have so many, but the one I think about, there's two I think about. There's a lady walks up to me about a year and a half ago. 5 children in the family. Youngest was like 1, oldest was like 15, has a husband, and they got evicted.
Oh.
And so she was crying. She said, you know, I'm so embarrassed, I'm so ashamed, I don't know what to do. And it's one of those stories where she looked at me and she said, I am going to really straighten out my life. I'm going to make sure I'm doing she immediately starts volunteering. That's the first thing she wanted to do.
Wow.
She volunteered at the pantry for about 9 months until she was able to actually get a job. Wow. She's excited. She has a job. They're still living in a hotel.
Okay.
But the kids are happy. They are regular people that come to the pantry, and the pantry basically helped them through one of the hardest times in their lives.
So you do find people that go to the pantry for a while. It's not like it's a one-time thing and then they'll go down the street. You help people get back on track with their lives, and I mean, that is a huge thing.
Yeah.
You're not just saying, hey, we can help you with one meal.
Right.
Wow.
Our pantry gives, you can come visit our pantry twice a month. Every other week you can come. And yes, we get a lot of what's, the working poor. Mom and dad are working, and they're working really, really hard.
Yes.
But they can't pay their light bill. And so they use the pantry often to offset, especially this time of the year, Christmas and Thanksgiving, and everybody wants to have a great Christmas and Thanksgiving, but you don't have the finances. Many people will start coming to the pantry. Totally is an amazing thing. They'll start coming to the pantry. We help supplement their income so that they can pay their light bill, gas bill. It is so cold right now. Last Tuesday, we had like this little lady come in. She had 4 or 5 kids, young children. We're talking under the age of 6 that walked in there basically for food. And so it's just one of those things where you love the ability that the Lord has given us, in my opinion, to be able to be his hands extended to a group of individuals who really are just needing some help at this time.
Wow. Thank you for people like you, Betty.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you almost bring tears to my eyes. There's just something about the homeless and something about Portland this time of year, thinking about a lot of these people that have to sleep outside or in the tents. It's something that most of us can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's humbling.
And those are the people that we're seeing and helping every single week. Another amazing story is this, again, mom and dad in an apartment, 5 children working really hard. But the little girl, the youngest child came up to me 2 weeks ago and said, Mom told me that we're not going to be living in an apartment anymore. We're going to be living in my dad's truck. Because my mom says that we're gonna enjoy living in the truck, because then we can go downtown and live and be with other people who are living in tents. And she said, and it's happening because my dad was diagnosed with throat cancer.
Oh my!
And so if you're a mom and dad and you're working really hard to keep your family going, but you get a diagnosis, which is something else that we see a lot of, people with diagnosis that all of a sudden get hit with something and they can't make ends meet. That is a story that's told over and over and over again of people that we see in the pantry.
Wow.
Yeah, so
I mean, it's almost like there's so many people, I think, that are one check away from being homeless. Or now with our family, we have family members that would reach out, but so many people, I would say more people out there don't have family members that can reach out. And so they're like one check away, or maybe $20 away from being kicked out. I mean, it is such a sad situation in the richest country in the world, but that's a whole nother for a whole nother show.
I think what's really exciting is that people like Dr. Day, because Dr. Day gives regularly to our pantry, and other supporters, people like New Seasons Market, Oregon Food Bank, Grocery Outlet, just kind of partner with you. And like what you're doing right now, Dr. Day, this $25 is huge, because one thing, we can provide a lot of food, but we have to buy other things. We have to buy toiletries. We want people, a lot of kids can't go to school and feel good about who they are, because soap costs a lot of money. And so one of the things that we do with monies is to provide toiletries, to provide toilet tissue, to provide toothpaste and toothbrushes.
So you have to buy that.
Those things we have to buy.
Hang on just a sec. We'll take a quick break, and then we can come back and talk more about what they need. Dr. Day is here from Day Chiropractic. Phone number for Dr. Day, 503-760-7572. 503-760-7572 for Day Chiropractic on the Northwest Showcase on 93.9 KPDQ.